Apollo 69. Apollo 69.
Welcome, welcome one and all to this late start here for the Illinois Division A Finals. We have SLU Esports over on the left side. Over on the right side, we have the CGC Onyx team here. Hi there, my name is Mercenary. Today I'm going to be casting solo for you guys for this wonderful, awesome match as we're getting into the ban phase here. Nice warm welcome to the entirety of the Zaga family here. It seems like we have the mom, the sister, and the grandma. Always great to see them and having a great old family party. And I'll be focusing a lot on chat here as well as the game to see what you guys have to say and what comments and questions you have for me. And I'm just excited for this match in general. So as we're getting into the bans here, we have a mid ban of the Cassinan and the Kaisa up for ADC, and another mid ban over in the Syndra. Syndra has been a rather strong, has always been a rather strong mage player, but has been rather strong in Pro League recently. We've actually seen a few matches actually here on GG Leagues with Syndra absolutely wrecking shop. Cassinan, while still being very strong and a good counter against mages, we don't see very often, and Kaisa just being a solid ADC overall. And there is the popular Ornn ban right there, an amazingly great top laner, super tanky, and honestly, if he does not do well in his lane, he still has the ability to upgrade items and just be an overall meat pile. And then we have the set band as well going into that set. An incredibly strong top laner that Riot can't seem to nerf correctly, as we're never going to get a nerf for him, but we love seeing him play nonetheless, so we won't be seeing him this match, unfortunately. Got about 2 seconds left here for the ban, and there is the new ban for the jungle, going straight up against Zaga here, who has been well known to play that Nunu and do amazingly well while playing it. And as we're getting into picks here, we have the Olaf pick here that might be going straight to Zaga after the Nunu was banned. Looks like they didn't really need much time, or they had a plan backup here, but Olaf is an amazingly incredible jungler that honestly SLU would definitely enjoy, especially for the playstyle of constant roaming and invading. It's always going to be an interesting time there. Going straight down to the last second here, we have the final pick of the Jarvan 4, trying to counter that Olaf to slow him down at least a little bit, as Olaf's ultimate will stop him from any CC-based attacks. Jarvan just kind of puts a wall up around you, so there is no there's no CC there. There's just a hard wall. And we're going to be going in a little second here for Genocidal here to see what they're going to pick off as well. 3 seconds on the clock. And there is the Garen hover and the Garen pick. Garen, an incredibly strong top laner, and that's going to be a very interesting play here. Definitely exciting nonetheless. And as we go down to Zaga to see what he's going to pick, he has the Olaf, and so it looks like we're actually going to get the Senna ADC. Definitely an interesting pick here. She is incredibly strong, but most likely there's going to be a tanky support to go along with that, and they're going to pull the Senna strat of support takes the farm while Senna takes the souls and the kills. And we have the Veigar mid actually as well. Veigar extremely strong mid later. Anyone who knows League knows how annoying Veigar can be. So that's very interesting to have a lot of damage and engage here actually coming out from SLU Esports here. Especially with that Olaf being able to charge and dodging all CC, and just a ton of damage nonetheless. But actually it looks like we're going to get the immediate support pick here over on Onyx's side with the Nami pick, something you don't see very commonly. Great CC from Nami, but it won't show up much on that Olaf, so they're most likely going to try to catch that Senna out for whatever ADC they have coming out here. We have the top jungler and support over on Onyx's side, and over on SLU's side we have the jungler, ADC, and mid laner. Definitely some interesting counter picks and plays that can be made with actually the quick Tahm Kench ban. Tahm Kench is a very popular support to go into Senna for that lane, able to keep Senna safe while doing some solid damage and slows nonetheless, and being able to clear pretty well as well. And there's the Ezreal ban as well. You don't want to see that against Senna. Senna being a very non-mobile ADC, standing still and taking a long time with the auto attacks. Definitely don't want to see that up against the Senna. 5 seconds on the clock here for the next ban coming out here. Final ban for Onyx is going to be that Nautilus. Nautilus, another great ADC, and definitely one Nami does not want to face. Those hooks come out left and right, and it's an incredibly tanky laner here. And there's the MF as well, coming out here from SLU. SLU does not want to see that MF on the board. She does incredible amounts of damage after she was buffed a few patches back for not only early game but for later game as well, so she can snowball pretty quickly and just be overall extremely impactful. Let's see what Onyx here picks for their ADC, and it's gonna be the Varus. Varus, an incredibly strong ADC, and we see him being played a lot. The Varus Nami combo is actually an extremely strong one, namely anything from Nami Bubble. Varus can get a free Q shot off, or it could get his ulti off, or just any damage whatsoever. He also has an incredible amount of attack speed, but that's actually looking like a lot of AD coming out here from the side of Onyx. Some quick magic resist would be great for the Olaf, And actually, for ADC here for SLU, we're going to have the Lucian. Actually, I got confused by that. Lucian might be Lucian top here going against that Garen, something you actually don't see that very often. Definitely exciting here. It looks like we're going to get the support pick last, unless Senna's going to be tossed on to support with the Lucian down there as well. It's a possible lane, but we're actually going to have swaps between here. Hovering the Mordekaiser. Let's see if it goes through. Nope, it's going to be the Malphite. I actually have no idea what can happen. While that Malphite can be played top, Lucian ADC and Senna support. We might see that Lucian against the Garen top lane here, with Malphite being the Senna support. Senna ADC, Malphite support. You get what I'm saying. One last pick here, and for the mid laner, there's that strong amount of magic damage actually coming out from the Xerath, but it's going to be the sudden switch to the Sylas. Ooh, my boy Zeka over on GGLeagues LOL would definitely be loving to see this matchup right now. Some interesting picks here coming out. Some switches are going to be needed here, but otherwise, over on Onyx's team, they have a pretty solid lineup, some intense damage, and a lot of CC and silencing here. But on the side of SLU here, they do have a lot of CC canceling, something that would definitely work out pretty well. And I guess we'll see here in just a couple seconds of what's going to be happening there. Namely, for the side of SLU, they have an extremely strong team fight with a ton of damage coming out there. They're fine with just picks or any team fights. But meanwhile, on the side of Onyx, they have a lot of CC, so if they focus down Zaga here, they might be able to win the fight. But I guess we'll see what happens here as we're counting down for 5 seconds. Who's going to win this first match and possibly try to take it all in this division finals? Is it going to be SLU Esports, or is it going to be CGC Onyx? We'll see you guys down on the Rift in just minutes here.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm one of the co-founders of GGLeagues, and I hope all of you guys are staying safe and healthy.
Hi guys, I'm Abby. Most of you probably know me as Not Too Shabby in the Discord, and I am your resident league manager for GGLeagues.
And I'm Griffin Kemp. I am a marketing intern here at GGLeagues. I don't work at Cloud9, I'm sorry.
Hey everyone, this is Eric from GGLeagues. With the coronavirus sweeping the globe, I know it's been a stressful time for everybody. Even though we joke as gamers that it hasn't really changed our lives at all. But, with that, we wanted to take some time to update all of you on how the coronavirus has affected our leagues and our company. We also wanted to share a little bit how we're helping to maintain the esports community and camaraderie during this difficult time.
And first off, really, in the interest of everyone's health and safety in the middle of this pandemic, we have unfortunately had to cancel all of our in-person events for this season. This is really not an easy thing for us to do, because we really love seeing everyone come to our in-person and final and really get to meet everyone in person. We wanted to bring some of our sweet props so that way everyone can kind of take pictures with that also. And so we really, really thank all of you guys who have worked with us to host these in-person events. And we really appreciate your excitement and hard work. And we really want to thank you guys as players who are planning on coming out to our in-person event. As a result of this pandemic, though, we will be finishing our spring seasons completely online with playoffs and finals running as planned, but unfortunately, it will just be online. We're holding a vote to see what other types of rewards you guys would want as the community. So please go to your Discord and be sure to vote in that.
Yeah, and I know that, GGLeagues has spread pretty far in terms of what states we encompass, but if you didn't know, we're actually based in Chicago. So for us here, we've all been working from home to protect ourselves and to slow the speed that the virus spreads to others, because we know that it's not just about us, it's not just about you guys, it's about our families, it's about everybody in our community, it's about making sure we're protecting each other, right? And so we're all still dedicated to bringing you the same league experience that you've had the entire time, but it's just going to be online mostly.
For sure. And I mean, even amidst all the disruption caused by the whole coronavirus pandemic, our mission to build community and really connect gamers to each other really remains the same. And so, we've seen people in the esports community, some of them being you guys, you players here in GGLeagues, organize hangouts, tournaments, events, and everything to support the community during these tough times and everything. The great thing about esports is its versatility and its ability to connect people no matter how far apart we are. we at GG Leagues want to continue connecting gamers to each other, but for now, only from the comfort of each gamer's houses.
With so many schools already in a remote learning environment, we here at GG Leagues want to make sure that we can continue to support you guys. Building gaming communities has always been what our biggest passion and mission is here at the company. And so we're thinking of ways that we can continue to help your gaming communities stay connected while everyone's away from campus. That's why for the duration of the whole coronavirus pandemic, we're offering to support intramural leagues for Rocket League and League of Legends to all interested schools for free as a way to keep the students engaged and connected with one another as everyone's away from school. The intramural leagues themselves will be competitions that allow students within the school to play in a casual, fun way against one another. The leagues will run roughly 6 weeks and will be completely online. How they'll work is GG Leagues will set up a league on our website, make it easy for your school to invite players into the league, and then from there you'll get access to the same GG Leagues experience that you see in our statewide leagues, where we'll create the leagues, we'll update the standings, we'll create the schedule, and we'll provide referees to make sure everything runs smoothly. All the schools have to do is be responsible for getting word out about this opportunity to your community. So either blasting it in your Discord, sharing it with students that are away from school, and just getting people signed up. We'll have 3 different potential start dates for this, either April 7th, April 13th, or April 20th. And so if this is something that you're interested in, definitely let us know.
So as Eric was saying, if you're interested in, hanging out with me, my referees, some fellow students from your school, even if there's some staff who are interested, send us an email at intramurals@ggleagues.com. Put the subject line as something like, my school's interested in doing an intramural league. And please, in the body of the email, include, what state your school is in, what school, and who might be the best point of contact for those intramural leagues.
And so during these hard times, we are really thankful for the whole entire community we have here at GG Leagues. Not only us here at the workplace, but you guys who have been really a part of this whole thing kind of building up. And so it's really a strong reminder for all of us that why community is the driving force behind not just esports, but everything that we do here at GG Leagues. And so if there's any way that we can help your communities out, please let us know and stay safe and healthy as we endure this pandemic.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, as we're diving into this first match of the Illinois Division A Finals here. We've got SLU over on the red side, and we got CGC Onyx over on the blue side here as we're diving into this match. Now, there was a little bit confusion here before the match started over for what CGC was. Actually, switch sides. Never mind, I was wrong. Switch sides here. SLU is over on the blue side with CGC Onyx over on the red side. We have a bit of a graphical error there, sorry guys. Anyways, there's a little bit confusion on what was SLU's plan here, namely in Champion Select, but it looks like the Vygar is going to be taking Glacial Augment, going as a support here, taking his farm. That's beneficial for actually both members down there, but it might be a little bit scary for the engage here, but honestly, if I could play this safely, he can definitely keep Senna alive, and Senna can do the same for Vygar. But in the mid lane here, we actually have the press the attack Lucian going up against Silas here, who took Conquerors, which is not exactly a bad rune, but namely you would normally see something with a lot more magic damage, but such an auto attack based character, as he gets a AoE auto attack every time he, after every ability he uses, it's definitely helpful for him. But it should be an interesting matchup down over in the mid lane here. Top lane, we got the Grasp proc coming out from Malphite as they need a little bit more frontline here. Not really focusing on any tank. And otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. Ooh, a little bit of early poke coming out from Lucian here, showing why range it's a little bit hard against Silas here. As soon as Silas is able to actually get higher levels, though, level 3s, Lucian will need to back up, and so he's trying to press his advantage early here. Meanwhile, up here in the top lane, just some early trades and whatnot. A little bit of damage going left and right here as well. Ooh, strong damage here, but otherwise, nothing else is really going on there. We might see a lot of engaged plays coming out here from Zaga, actually. Probably looking for that top lane or that mid lane. But as we keep going into this match here, Senna's looking quite low here, with Varus being a very aggressive play and having a pretty solid support like Nami. It's probably going to keep the Senna on her toes. Not really being able to grab all of her procs here. Ooh, solid damage from that Q there, actually. Senna's going to be playing it around. A little bit of a quick dive in from the Veigar is going to end up spelling death for him with the Ignite coming out from Nami. And unfortunately, it looks like it was just a little bit of a bad play there. He's going to be TPing back in the lane to make sure the Senna can back up and head back to base to possibly heal. Actually, doesn't look like she's going to be leaving at all. She wants to stay for those stacks. Moving on the top lane here, we have the engage from the J4. Looking on top of Plumbear here. Nothing coming out yet. The E's going to be going around shortly. Just auto attacks taking it down. Zaga's coming in from the side to save the line. The flash will not be enough to keep Malphite alive. Unfortunately, Zaga was not able to slow them enough. That is an early 2-0 here, going straight to the side of Onyx. Definitely going to be looking well, especially for that jungler, and Varus down there as well. It's going to be quite scary as he's holding a huge farm lead. Oh, and some solid damage coming out there, actually, on top of Senna. She should have backed, but unfortunately was not enough. A TP coming out from Plumbe here, trying to catch up to Noir Scion. Nothing's going to be happening there, as Lucian did roam up, trying to do some solid damage. Yes, he does have the advantage in lane and farm. Once again, 3-0 now. That Varus looking scary, as he's the first one to hold an early bounty here at almost 4 minutes. Definitely scary, and it's definitely something that Zaga might want to focus on here. Have some interesting picks. First Drake we actually have coming up in a little bit under a minute here. It's going to be that first Mountain Drake. We won't be seeing it as a soul, but definitely a good Drake for either teams here, as it does give some base armor and magic resist. Definitely making a lot of the mappers stronger. You'd want to see that definitely actually for the side of SLU here, as they would definitely need that in the bot lane. Firsting that Varus for that armor, and just in the other lanes in general, especially for that Olaf here, as he, while he does have the ability to stop C, he'll still take a ton of damage from it. Meanwhile, it looks like Lucian's going to be pressing up his advantage over in the mid lane, as Zaga's going to be waiting in the wings here. But little as you realize, J4 is waiting on the wings. Varus is kept away and he can't engage, and J4's got to back up all the way. Zaga's coming in from the side, landing the Q on the Navi, but the flash heal is going to keep her safe. And meanwhile, on the back line here, some solid damage laying on top of that Senna, and she's going to have to run away to safety. Very well played engage there from Onyx, keeping themselves safe and just burning a few of the songs. J4 unfortunately was forced back, as Zaga did apply a lot of pressure there, keeping them back in general. Meanwhile, top lane, some solid damage actually landing on top of Noir here. He's going to have to play it very safe up there as well. And everyone's backing up to normal here. That Drake is up and waiting. You can see that in the vision as the Scuttle Crab is actually grabbed by Olaf here. Oh, Lucian's diving in here as J4's coming up. Wow, J4 just misses the combo as Lucian actually gets the trade kill. The flash coming out from Victim Dog as he has to get out of the way of that ulti there. A solid play by that Lucian there, able to dodge the abilities and getting actually a tower shot off on top of that J4, who just dove a little too deep. Meanwhile, Zaga's actually looking for that advantage. No flash in sight means JL's going to have to play it safe here. Oh, but the Q missed, and the ulti pickup from Zaga is going to be safety for Silas. I'm now talking like William Shatner. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that to anyone here. Meanwhile, in the top lane, just a noodle fight, honestly. Solid damage coming out from both players, but they're both extremely tanky here. Olaf taking those tankers is dead. Definitely spell a lot more beef coming out his way. And Garen's looking for that solid damage, but he's not going to find any here. Actually going to be backing here, grabbing that longsword. He actually sold the dagger and the longsword and picked up the longsword again and grabbed boots instead. Meanwhile, here we have some pings coming out left and right. Silas is actually looking to get some deep vision here. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, though, the Q lands on top of Vigar. Ooh, but nothing's coming up as Varus was not able to pick anything up, as he did launch his Arrow Rain earlier on. J4 is picking up the Scuttle there as Zaga's trying to steal here. The Q is just barely gonna miss it. Actually, no, he got it with the smite. Genocidal's on the run. He won't be able to run away from the ultied Olaf as he runs him down. Takes the Rift. Not the Rift, the Scuttle. He's gonna play it safe here as he's actually going to dive straight for that Drake. So alone, he has no competition in the jungle. He's gonna be able to grab that, especially with that early kill here. Looks like it's definitely coming back here for SLU. They're not exactly counted out yet, even though they do have a little under 1,000 gold difference here. But that first Drake is going to be taken by Olaf without any contestant, as J4 was unfortunately not able to really keep up. Oh my god, solid damage, and that's going to be it! Solid damage from the extra empowered Q is going to actually take down the Senna, making sure this Varus sits at a nice 3-0 in the bot lane. Absolutely insane damage here coming up from the Varus. He's actually building straight lethality, looking for that solid Q snipe. As he does have a lot of... We have Genocidal looking for that dive onto Jerbear. Jerbear playing a little bit far forward. Victim Dog might have given it away here as Jerbear is able to dodge it through. The solid damage coming in left and right here. Jerbear is unfortunately not able to get the kill on either one, but some solid damage on both here. It was a good try, but unfortunately nothing's going to happen there in the end. That kill actually going over to the Silas. It's going to be a bit scarier for Jerbear in that mid lane. But meanwhile here, Zaga's looking to clean it up and try to play it safe here as J4 is actually coming up to possibly look for any engage, but it looks like they're not going to take it. And J4 is just going to take Zaga's farm here. Meanwhile on the bot lane, we do have a lot of pressure. Ooh, Kenneth just barely dodging that Q after taking some solid damage from Varus, who's just an absolute terror in that bot lane right now. Silas backing up and actually grabbing the armband and the Kindle Gem first items here. It's quite interesting what he's going to be grabbing up here soon. He also actually has a Dark Seal as well, giving him a little bit of extra magic damage and healing from Patia, looking for the Corruption Potion. He has a lot of confidence in himself in this lane. Meanwhile, top lane here, Plumbear is actually holding the advantage over Noir Cyan. I keep saying that wrong, but the Uwu is going to point it out for me every time. Top lane here, we're going to be looking at some solid damage coming out here, and actually Zaga's looking to press that advantage they have there. Jerbear actually might have dived a little bit too deep in the mid lane here, just dodging that grab from Silas, and Silas is going to run away taking some solid damage. Looking halfway through, and he's actually going to steal Jerbear's ultimate, trying to keep him away, and it's going to do successfully, but not doing too much damage to Jerbear. Victim Dog is have to play it pretty safe here, as Jerbear has a dash that he could just apply onto him. Coming up here. Ooh. Landing the quad. Nothing's going to happen there. He's actually going to back up and wait for the next wave to appear, but it looks like Zaga might be looking for an engage here into the mid lane. Meanwhile, down here in the bot lane, we do have Varus and Nami cleaning up some vision, keeping absolute control in that bot lane, and making sure that that Senna and that Vigar are never going to leave here. Ooh, just a bit of a miss there coming up from Vigar. I don't know why it took me so long to say that, but it did. The pressure's being absolutely pressed down in that bot lane, and there's not much Jerbear can actually do for that. Ooh, but the catch of the stun there on top of the Varus. Varus is going to flash. He doesn't want to lose that lead, but nobody's coming down to help, so he's actually playing it safe. So that was a quick and easy flash there for SLU. Taking a quick look across the map here, as we do have the Drake coming up at about 1:40. It's going to be that Ocean Drake, so we won't see it as a soul. Actually, I'm going to pause on that. We actually might have an engage down here in the bot lane here. J4 looking for the engage. Actually, the Q landing on top of Senna's going to spell her a death sentence. The TP coming in from the top lane. Malphite looking for some damage here. Another TP as well. Actually, on nothing in particular. The ulti lane on top of Killeth Bow, and he's going to spell death sentence here. We're rocking a solid 5-0 on top of that Varus. Zaga coming in, Lucian coming in to try to keep it safe here, but the damage is already done. Onyx is holding the solid lead here in the bot lane, and that Varus is going to be an absolute tyrant to take down here. Now, as we actually have under a minute here for that Ocean to come up, we're going to take a quick look across the map here. 7-2 here, going to the side of SLU, who are holding a solid goal lead of almost just a little bit under 4k gold here. They also have the first Drake, but no towers yet, but they have a lot of damage onto that bot tower, actually taking about 3 stacks worth of gold down there. But meanwhile, across the board here, mid lane is actually going to be holding the advantage in farm, with that Lucian actually holding 102, holding a little bit under 20 over that Silas. Meanwhile, in the top lane's Pen, relatively even in the bot lanes, have been absolute domination coming out here from this Varus. Rocking almost over 60 farm over this bot. It's actually pretty safe to say it's going to be the Vigar. It's really confusing, but you get what I'm saying. That Drake's coming up here in just a couple seconds, though. Everyone's going to be looking for it. SLU does have the advantage here. They have 3 members waiting, and nobody's really willing to contest. Zaga has actually fallen behind here. They're looking for the possible dive onto that Lucian, though. But looks like Victim Dog's going to go back up there and just distract Jabber from taking him. Meanwhile, the other members of the bot lane are rounding up down there in the bot lane. The pings are coming out for any assistance here. Lucian gets the advantage down there. He's going to be diving in. Neither top lane has the TP, but it looks like Zaga's actually going to steal that Drake. And he's going to get a kill for it too, taking out the J4. We didn't see it on the screen there, folks, but he did flash and ult and was able to take that Drake with the smite here. He also took the Rift Herald as well from beforehand, as he was not able to get any kills really anywhere. Instead, he's just going for straight objectives. This is going to add a very big advantage here, actually, for Jerbear, as the ulti does not come through for Victim Dog, and he's going to fall victim to the Lucian. Solid damage left to right. The charge from Shelly's going to do some solid damage to get 3 stacks here. Just a couple seconds away from the plates falling down. Zaga not holding any fear of the lane as the wave does come in. And that's going to be first tower here, actually, from that absolutely dominant play over the Dragon. Solid damage coming out left and right. And SLU are showing why they cannot be counted out just yet, despite the lead. Actually, SLU took that first Dragon, too. I'm behind today, folks. I'm so sorry. I'm tired, I'm alone, and we're behind schedule. No, but this is a great match. Loving it out with you guys, and I love seeing this absolutely insane match here today. SLU actually has both Drakes. They have the first tower, and they have the objective control, but they're still behind in gold simply from farm alone. Oh my god. Almost completely half healthing that Vigar there. Varus is still forced to be reckoned with, holding the only bounty on the map at 650 gold. But meanwhile, in the top lane here, looks like the Malphite's going to be pushing his pressure up there. He's going to do some solid damage to that top tower, looking to possibly take the second tower of the map. As while SLU's bot lane here is looking quite low and quite behind, they are still able to manage to hold it out and keep that tower alive. Just barely. Looking actually about a stack worth of damage there. Ooh, the solid Q damage, and that's the power of lethality, Varus. Ooh, looks like Plum Bear pushing a little bit too far of his luck. Oh my god, and the Q just deletes Senna there! As that's gonna definitely spell a tower for Onyx here. Again, that's the power of lethality, Varus. The snipes with the Q here doing solid damage. Meanwhile, Zaga and Jerbear are actually trying to take that Rift Herald up in the top there. The top tower went down for SLU, and the first tower for Onyx is going to be going to the bot lane here. But meanwhile, the fight for the Rift happens, as there was actually barely any contesting there, as Zaga had too much damage on top of it, and he's going to end up taking it. Genosol actually just trying to force some farm and try to stay ahead, as he's actually staying quite far behind. He's been trying to do some engagements and definitely getting some damage off on the map. He does have a lot of assists. Meanwhile, Zaga's just been holding overhead with farm and objective control. But we're definitely going to see what happens here in team fights, as the laning phase is technically over, as almost all the outer turrets are down here for the side of CGC. They don't have much left. Give me a hot second. Taking a big old swig of drink. And by the way, the drink is water. I'm not that crazy. We have 3 man actually stacking up here in the mid lane, looking to possibly take down that mid tower, as it is the next objective, and the bot lane really has nothing to take down there anymore. Solid damage here. That's like a almost complete wave clear from that Q. Lethality Varus is absolutely terrifying this match. And so the rest of SLU might want to have to focus that down, actually. Oh, Varus! Lucia getting caught up by the Varus here. Varus is popping a godlike. Solid damage coming out late. The shutdown actually happening from center. The ulti's coming out left and right. And it looks like SLU is holding the advantage in the team fight here. The dive from Silas is not going to mean much. He misses the grab and has to flash away, but it's not going to be enough. As a solid damage to the catch out there on top of the Garen is going to just almost do not enough. He has to back up and risk his life for the safety of Silas. But that's almost a solid ace. That's 4 for 1 for the side of SLU here. They're absolutely rocking it. Showing the dominance in the team fights there. The Senna ulti completely wiped the dominant, dangerous member off the map from Onyx. And so while they had a lot of damage coming out there, they did not have enough to actually handle with the Olaf. Olaf being actually to pop his ulti as well, it means there is no... The Varus ulti's gone. Any knockups that Nami has is gone. J4 can only hold him for so long. And actually now as we have that Drake coming up for the Cloud Soul, ooh, some solid damage coming out there from the Vigar, who might be 0 and 2, but still has some solid stacks under his belts, actually, rocking about 124. And that's just a quick take taken by Drake, taken by Zaga there. Actually, as the dive happens here on the left, Senna's gonna get popped off, and Zaga unfortunately will not have enough health here. As actually he's dodging left and right past the Silas, who popped the ulti a little too early. Oh, but the kill comes out of nowhere and takes down Zaga. Silas is stopping into the backline there, as unfortunately he's going to get taken out by the Jared, but meanwhile Malphite is in the backline, popping the ulti. Solid damage coming left to right. Genocidal absolutely diving through the solid cage from Vigar here. The ulti coming out from... Coming out from Garen is going to spell a death sentence for the Malphite. Gonna spell it. There goes Kenneth. There goes SLU. An unofficial ace coming out there from Onyx. Both teams are absolutely vicious, and they're actually going to be taking that tower there. They missed the Drake, but they got the kills, and that's the first ever second tier tower taken in this map. Actually, never mind. Mid took that first. I'm tired. I'm bored. Not bored. I'm an idiot. This is not boring at all, actually. This is insane. Both teams are actually quite adept. Again, the gold lead being held solidly by Onyx here, as they are still holding about 3k gold over, as they do have the kills and a lot of shutdown gold to hold with it. But meanwhile, SLU holds the objective control. They've gotten both Rift Heralds, they've gotten all the Drakes, and they have more towers than everyone else. And their teamfight potential is absolutely insane when done right. Silas taking the Lucian ulti there, but still backing up nonetheless. Baron actually is the next objective here, as the members are looking for any kind of control. Zaga just barely missing that. It's going to have to pop the ulti here, but it's not going to be enough, especially with the damage coming out from Varus. Varus looking quite low, though, as the rest come out of nowhere and absolutely delete Nami and Varus off the map. It's currently a 1-4-2 here on the side of SLU. They are not looking too harmful, but they're missing their jungler. So it looks like they're not going to be going for that Baron. Instead, they're going to be targeting that top lane turret, as it is the next really big objective they have control over. And it looks like the rest of Onyx are trying to back up and reset here after some solid just damage coming out here. Zaga might have died, but he chunked out Varus just enough for any single shot anywhere just to take him out. And that's the tier 2 tower. One single clap from Malphite's got to do it. As the rest of the members of SLU are going to start backing up here. So there's no real chance for an engage. All the members are back up and ready to actually fight for this Baron. The Drake's actually coming up in about 2 minutes 10 here. This is winnable for both teams. The match is still going to be going on. Both these teams are absolutely vicious as they are able to fight, but honestly, the intense power from, honestly, Zaga here, the jungler, is going to be enough here. He's able to land some solid damage, and he's not letting just his, he's just not going in blind. He has a target and he might die for it, but he knows his members will back him up. But meanwhile, for the side of Onyx here, they're going strong off of that pick comp, leading a lot of damage actually to be for Varus here, who's still rocking the full lethality build. As everything cleans up here, the Drake has about 1:30 left, so there might be a switch targets here from the Baron onto that Drake. As it is soul point for that Cloud Drake for SLU, which is... Do you know what's absolutely terrifying? What's terrifying is understanding an Olaf with Cloud Soul pressing ult and just charging at you. That's horrifying in my eyes. Not even that, you have the Lucian popping ulti, just being able to keep up with his damage. Oh, but actually they might be targeting the Drake here. The ulti being wasted by Varus to keep them away, as the rest of the team was actually ready, but it looks like the out of space placement from Onyx here is going to spell an opening for the rest of SLU. The engages happen, we might see a fight. We're definitely going to see a fight here, as it looks like SLU's going to have to back up as the rest of the team is there. They had a chance, but they don't want to risk it, especially with that Drake coming up in about 30 seconds. Plumbear just kind of standing still, flexing his muscles. He's like, yeah, take a few pot shots off me, see what it gets ya. That was a terrible accent. I'm very sorry for ever saying it. Anyways, here, looks like the rest of the members of SLU are coming around the bend to try to meet up here, and it might be a pincer maneuver on top of the entirety of Onyx. Oh, the missed Malphite ulti steal from Silas is not going to spell much here, as Genocidal dives in a little bit of a lackluster idea. Senna's going to fall, though, to the Varus as the Malphite's diving into the backline here. The jungler is gone, and it's a trade 1-for-1 here. As currently, SLU actually hold that advantage here. Solid damage laying on top of that Cloud Drake. They're not over yet. The Varus does have his Q damage coming out here and could honestly act as a smite. No member wants to fully commit to that Drake, though. Everyone's staying off. Varus is starting that Drake, doing some solid damage. Plumbear diving in, acting as a strong force. The ulti comes out on top of Plumbear. He's not phased by it at all. Zaga's completely focusing the Drake. He's gonna smite and take it! As the rest of the members are too focused on fighting everyone else. Keyleth is gonna take down Noir Cat, and Victim Dog is actually caught on the middle, just barely missing Plum Dog. Plum Dog is gonna flex and dive right back in, as Varus is gonna shut down a Lucian there as well. He's rocking a 12-for-2. He's still an absolute threat, and the rest of the members of SLU are going to have to back up here. But SLU has a soul. Oh my god, and Zaga's diving right in with the ultimate, taking down the Nami. There's not much hope for Varus, as he's gonna get shut down by Zaga. Zaga picking up that 600 gold for his pocket. They're gonna back up, reset, and look straight for that Baron. Absolute dominant play actually coming on here for both teams, but honestly, again, props go to Zaga here. I know the chat's absolutely loving him, as Zaga's just honestly charging on. He has no fear, he has no second thoughts, he has no hesitation. He's gonna pop his ulti and charge, and he knows his team, if he falls, he knows his team can handle the damage, and he knows as his team falls, he can pick up the slack. But once again, I would like to rank that I will not be awarding an MVP just after this match. We'll be awarding a finals MVP to see who's going to take it all home. It looks like Zaga's actually starting up the Baron here. There's not any vision actually on top of that Drake anymore. The blast pant being blown by Senna here, as Malphite's holding for the strong defense. That Baron is going down low past 4,000, but the members once again just don't want to commit to it. Zaga's backing up actually. They were hoping to initiate a fight because they knew they could definitely get that, though they did get the Baron quite low here. All the members are actually resetting, a lot of pings looking for targets here, but no one's taking it solidly here. Actually, Genocidal's going to be cleaning out some vision here. Once again, members are just kind of playing it safe here. Ooh, the missed ulti from Varus! That's on a short cooldown, but it looks like SLU might be trying to engage right after it here. The Olaf ulti is up, so he can dodge Nami. The Varus ulti's down, and that's the only one missing. Everyone is playing it safe right now. Everyone's playing it smooth. People are backing up, but currently Onyx is holding the pit right now. Oh, some spooky ghosts are actually gets smelled death sentence. Nami taking some solid damage along with Genocidal. Genocidal diving into a lapse of judgment, trying to kill, but he himself is gonna get shut down. And Malphite's diving at head first with Zaga on his tail. Solid damage coming to left right. Zaga's hunting down that Garen. There's no chance of staying alive. Narcat's just gonna get pincer maneuvered by the rest of SLU here. And 3 members are down on Onyx, so that spells a free Baron for SLU Esports here. We might actually see the rush for base as Malphite's actually looking to take the top lane and actually playing it safe. Though Silas is waiting on the wings along with the Varus. Varus is trying to get through as quickly as he can. Malphite has him targeted, but it looks like there isn't going to be any fight. They're going to just try to target down the Malphite. The ulti comes out from Varus. That's going to be a death sentence for Plumbear, but he doesn't care. His team got the Baron. The back's coming out here. 1 death for the greater cause. And everyone is going to back up. Meanwhile, we have some solid damage coming on left and right. Everyone's cleaning up their lanes, playing and getting ready here for the fight. But SLU does have that Baron, they do have the Soul, and they have the Goldie back in their pockets once again. And so they are definitely going to be looking for a solid push here, as we actually have 3 members lining up in the mid lane here. Let's do some damage there. Zaga's actually winning down at base, might be waiting for an item here. We'll see in just a couple seconds. Meanwhile, the rest of his team is going through. Malphite actually picking up that Spear Visage from any damage and catch up from Nami, and also just the solid heals here as well. We have Elder coming up in about 1:30 here. They might look for that engaged share. Bear actually trying to catch out Genocidal here. Solid damage coming out, but nothing coming of it. But no spells and no abilities were wasted here. Jabber's flash is almost up, so he might be looking to use that. But Genocidal's backing up, as the rest of SLU are actually looking to clean up bot lane and mid lane here, keeping the pressure on while they still have these buffs, as they are waiting for that Elder. Honestly, if Onyx takes that Elder, it's going to be a fight again. It's going to be some solid damage. But there's another tower coming out from SLU here, so they're going to start shoving up that bot lane. The back from Garen, he doesn't want to get caught out, and the members don't really care to look for him. And that might spell actually another free tower out here for SLU. As the other 2 members are actually winning the mid lane, the entirety of the bot lane is going over there. As the 3 top members here are going to be looking in for that bot tower. Plumbear landing a solid Q on Genocidal here. The ulti being taken away, but the tower's going down as well. Oh, Genocidal's caught out here. Solid damage on here, and he's got it to back up. And the ulti coming out from Altai as well, doing some solid damage. Remember, Zaga's flashing in with the ulti. Genocidal's able to catch him off, but not for long, as he's taking some solid damage. There goes the Nami, J-Dog. I keep saying J-Dog. I keep saying the JGL dog, but nothing coming of it. 2 members are down right now. It's currently a 4-for-1. It's going to be the Varus Love, as the absolute push here from SLU might spell a death sentence. The timers are too long. 1 tower's going down. The Q comes out, but it's going to be a miss. 2 towers are down, and it looks like this first match is going to be going straight to SLU. Honestly, an amazing play there from both teams, but SLU ended up using their advantage in the, honestly catching up in the objective field to just boost their lead. Looking at the damage strats right now, you guys might be seeing them here in just a second here. We're gonna actually you guys, yeah, you'll be seeing those damage strats in just a quick second here, as this match is going to end. Right now, what we're looking at here, we have the Varus actually maxing out on the top damage at 22,000, way above everyone else. And then, honestly, it's very close to tell, but it's pretty close to a 3-way tie here in damage for Malphite, Lucian, and Zaga as the Olaf. Great play by all the teams here, but honestly, Zaga definitely did a lot of work getting those objectives ready for the rest of his team here. While the bot lane tried their best, they honestly came out here with the solid damage, and they did pretty dang well. Got a little bit of graphical errors here. You guys are able to see those damage charts and hear what I'm talking about. But anyways, after that absolute domination of a match here coming out from SLU, we're going to see coming up here after we take a short break, we're going to see if Onyx can take this back and bring it to a game of 3 here. I want to hear those silver scrapes of playing, but we're going to see if SLU can actually wrap this up in 2 games and take the title for themselves. But we'll be right back in just a couple minutes here to see the next match for the Illinois Division A Finals. And welcome back, GG Leagues fan. After that short little break here, we're coming back here with the second match of the Illinois Division A Finals. And the first match here, we had SLU Esports absolutely taking it there in the match, and they're taking the first round, but we're going to see if CGC Onyx is going to be taking it back. Once again, my name is Mercy, I'll be your host today. I'll be solo casting, so expect me to be taking lots of drinks of water. But anyways, we're going to have some bans here, and the first ban coming out from Onyx is going to be that Olaf. They don't want to see that again, which, to be fair, was, yeah, it's always great. And meanwhile, we're going to have, once again, the Cassidy ban coming out here from SLU. They really don't want to see the Cassidy mid. Definitely understandable. Strong counter to mages here, even though we did see Jerbear play some Lucian as well. Syndra is going to be the second ban coming out here, so they don't have Jerbear playing another mage once again. But we're going to see what the next ban is coming up here. If it's going to be more of the same or anything new. It's going to be more of the same. We're going to have that set ban. Don't want to see that set top. Everyone's waiting and watching here. Some great matches coming out here, but Zaga was honestly a lot of the highlight of last match and a lot of the fans' favorite here. See what did some absolute damage playing around the map here. Definitely taking a lot of objectives as well. Meanwhile, here a little bit of anticipation. The final ban is gonna be the Zac ban. Something we didn't see last time. Zac, a great team fighting character. Probably something up Zaga's alley right here, as he is quite a mobile jungler as well, able to dive over walls, get kills, and able to hop in the lane whenever necessary. And the Varus ban coming out here from SLU. They saw it last time and it absolutely wrecked shop, and they do not want to see it again. But it actually looks like the new pick is going to be coming out here for Genocidal. Definitely taunting Zaga there. Zaga does play at Nunu a lot, and a lot of people are now chanting BM in chat. That is... that's fair. That's fair. I will say fair. It looks like I actually have the Ornn pick up for Plumbear in the top lane. Ornn, quite the devastating. And actually the Trundle pick for Zaga as well. Trundle, another great engaged jungler. Definitely coming out of the neck of the woods, just running it through. And pillars and whatnot. Definitely something good to counter Nunu to stop the snowball if you just drop a pillar right in front of him. Anyways, here it looks like we have another pick coming out here in just under 5 seconds here. We're going to see if we can maybe pick a counter to the top lane Ornn. It's looking pretty terrifying right now. It's going to be the Ezreal, actually. Might be for Nero in the bot lane. Actually, it might be Chim. I forget who our ADC was last time. Doesn't matter, though. We actually have the Braum coming out here as the support. Definitely a good combo here, as we have some defense and some mobility coming out from both members as well. Braum definitely leading up to a lot of that front line, and actually able to be a strong counter to that Ornn, blocking his ulti entirely. So we're probably going to see that a lot unless SLU targets the Braum first to cancel out that ulti damage. And it looks like we have another pick coming out. It's going to be Tristana here. We might see that Tristana ADC, but, and bear with me here, a few moons ago, we did see that Tristana be played mid. So we might see Jerbear picking up another ADC mid laner here to go against whatever Onyx has to throw at them. But definitely going to be an interesting pick here. On our next set of bans here, we got about 5 seconds left from SLU to see what they're going to ban here. And they're going to ban the Azir, actually. Don't want to see Mr. Birdman up there in the mid lane. Azir doing a lot of damage, actually having walls and whatnot to definitely act as a lot of CC. Trundle does not have much in the way of a CC blocker, but Tristana has a way of hopping over walls and doing damage and whatnot. Doing some solid damage of her own. Once again, that Braum is going to be quite vital here for Onyx, as he's able to block a lot of the damage coming out from Tristana as well. Next man coming out, it's going to be that Senna. They don't want to see that. We saw it last match. While it didn't end up doing too much, it did help with the ultis and the heals. Definitely what Senna is strongly meant for, as people like to treat her more as a ADC, but forget that she's a support. But we're going to actually see the Sylas ban as the last ban coming out here from SLU. Really don't want to see Sylas mid again. He did do a lot of work, taking a lot of ults. Yeah, I guess they really don't want to see that played again. 1 second left from Noir Cat to ban the last member. It's going to be the Nautilus ban. That Nautilus definitely going to be a strong one. And Tristana definitely works well with that. We're going to see what we have coming out here as the next member actually looks like it might be the Victor mid. It's gonna be a Victor mid. Definitely an interesting pick nonetheless. Victor mid, we haven't seen much of him, but he's definitely a good mid. A lot of traps and tricks up his sleeve to add for a lot of CC. Most likely to stop either the Nunu, the Braum, or anyone who's coming out, but we actually might have a strong and interesting pick here from the top lane. But switch Makai straight to Kale. Definitely an interesting pick that we haven't seen here on GGLeagues. Oh, but never mind. We're switching right back to the Maokai. Maokai definitely great for his large ultimate. Definitely adding a lot of CC damage there. Saplings always being everyone's favorite. I say that with as much sarcasm as humanly possible. But Maokai definitely an interesting pick in that top lane here, going against the Orin nonetheless. Should be an interesting one. And it looks like we might have the Rumble mid rounding out the lineup here, and it looks like we do. Rumble having a lot of damage, once again a lot of CC as well. Definitely some strong CC ultimates coming up from both those members. The flamethrower as well from Rumble is going to do a lot of damage to whoever they have mid. Oh, and it looks like it's the hover of the Blitzcrank support. Ooh la la, we haven't seen that before. Well, it's a quick switch over to Leona. And it's going to be a solid pick of Leona. Leona, a great support here, especially going to Tristana. You land one hook, you definitely get a free bomb and a lot of free damage on whoever it catches. Both these teams are looking absolutely insane, but we're most likely going to be looking for is a lot of CC. Oh, we have actually some swaps here coming up from Plumbear and Zaga, dancing it up. Who's going to be where? We don't know. But Maokai is still going to be top lane nonetheless. We're looking at a lot of CC across the board here, but overall the advantage slightly goes over to SLU. They have a lot of damage coming out with their team here, but we'll see how well that Ezreal is played and how well it can be wrapped up, as it was played extremely well last game. And meanwhile, we have a lot of CC actually coming out from Onyx as well. That definitely could spell out victory. But with just a few seconds left until the second match of this finals happens, will Onyx be able to take this match back? Or will SLU wrap it up with just 2 games? We'll see it happen in just a couple minutes here as we go down to the Rift.
In flames of dance, eternal rain, we ride towards the fight. When the darkness is falling down and the times are tough or right, the sound of evil laughter falls around the world tonight. Fighting hard, fighting on for the steel through the wastelands evermore. The skeleton trolls will feel the hell bodies wasted on the shores. On the blackest flames in hell's domain, we watch the lives they go. In final pain, now once again we know. So now we fly, yeah, we're free. We're free before the thunderstorm. On towards the wilderness, our quest carries on. Far beyond the sundown, far beyond the moonlight. Deep inside our hearts and all our souls. So far away, we wait for the day. For the light soul so wasted in blood. We feel the pain of a lifetime lost in 1,000 days. Through the fire and the flames we carry on. As the red days dawn in, and the lightning cracks the sky, they'll raise their hands to the heavens above with resentment in their eyes. Running back through the mid-morning light, there's a burden in my heart. We're banished from the time and the fallen land to a life beyond the stars. In your blackest dreams, need to believe our destiny is tied, and endlessly we'll all be free tonight. And on the wings of a dream, so far beyond reality, all alone in desperation, now the time is gone.
And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, after that little short hiatus. Hope you guys enjoyed the music. As we're getting right into this second match here of the best of 3 for the finals. On the red side, we have the SLU Esports, as they won the last match here. And over on the blue side, we have CGC Onyx. Definitely going to be an exciting one here. As the members are starting up, we have a 5-point start, but a little bit cluster here over on the side of SLU. Inspiration just kind of dancing about, you know. Got to have some fun while waiting on a 5-point start. No one's going to be doing 5-man dives just yet. Everyone's playing it off, playing it safe, and playing it cool. No one's really going in, but it looks like there might be a start top side here, and it could be starting down at the bottom. Quick good luck gamers over from Kelith on SLU, and then a bunch of now you guys can't see chat, but we're having a great time in chat here, and people want to play some Valorant afterwards, and I mean I would love to watch Valorant. I would. I understand it slightly. Oh, and Grandma's saying hi to Zaga's saying hi to Grandma here. So hello, Zaga's grandmother from Zaga. Definitely exciting here. But we're going to be starting off with camps here. Red buff and blue buff taken respectively, and everyone's staying safe. Actually, Orin's chilling in the bush, waiting around, trying to see if he can trick out the bottom lane. Actually, trick out where the start is happening here. So everyone's getting prepped and ready as we start out here. Oh, quick little Q shot there onto the Tristana. Always fun. And we actually see one of the new skins here, the Pengu Tristana. It came out recently here, and actually it's a very nice skin, honestly. I like it because you're shooting Pengus. How would you not want to see Pengus being shot? As we have stuff coming out here, some strong damage coming up from both sides. I'm gonna be checking the chat here. One shot on sleeves parts. Oh, a little bit of damage coming out left and right here. Inspiration taking some solid shots here. As back shell members are having as well. We're seeing that strong flamethrower from the Rumble here. Nothing you really want to see as stuff happens. And meanwhile, top lane, it's as I like to call it, a wet noodle fight. Nothing's gotta happen in top lane. And hi, Abby. Abby says hello to me. At least I think. Unless somebody else has my name in chat. Dun dun. Probably not. Meanwhile, the pressure's being placed in the bot lane there, but meanwhile in the top lane, Zaga's actually diving in as well. Noir is gonna have to back up as Zaga's doing some solid damage, but taking some solid hits himself. But it looks like they're gonna have to force Noir back here. Because actually, the farm is gonna go in the way of Plumbear up in the top lane. As things go on here, we have a lot of damage coming out left and right. As actually looks like we have Trundle looking for a possible engage down there in the bot lane. But it's gonna have to back off from Genocidal, who is looking to take a solid snowball. But meanwhile, we have Plumbear coming from the top lane, possibly looking for something, but not getting anything in the end. But it looks like they will get that top scuttle, and it's gonna handle. But meanwhile, have an engage coming in from Keyleth here, landing right on top of the Ezreal, who's taking solid damage from the Ignite. Ezreal standing still, trying to take some solid trades. The Ignite's actually gonna go straight onto Tristana here, and Brahms gonna get first blood. Keyleth trading kills here as Brahms actually doing some solid damage. His kills taking actually a lot of minion damage. Meanwhile, we have the new waiting on the side lanes, but meanwhile in the mid lane we have Zaga waiting for a possible engage. Everyone's gonna back and play it safe here. No engage happening, but a lot of pressure happening from the Trundle just to keep Victim Dog back. Everyone's backing up and resetting, and everyone's gotta stay safe. Meanwhile, everyone's just playing off pretty smooth and pretty calm. We're actually looking 30 seconds till for the first Drake here, which is going to be Ocean Drake. No Ocean Soul, unfortunately. But meanwhile, solid damage actually happening on top lane. Our side still looking at half health, but making sure to make an even trade here on top of Plumbear. Maybe it's not so much a wet noodle fight as I thought it was. Yes, we go on. And I take a solid drink of water. The main lane, mid lane, we have actually a pretty even farm going on here, but Rumble did press a lot of pressure. Bond keeping even farm as well, but top lane, the lead is going slightly into the way of Plumbear. Actually, as he dives in here, taking some solid damage on top of Noir. Noir doesn't have any mana to fight back. Plumbear diving in, getting the Q, but not getting the kill. Now it looks like Noir's gonna have to back up. He does have the TP ready, so he could just dive right back into lane here. That Ocean Drake is up and ready for whoever wants to take it first, but neither member are looking really to look for it right now, as we don't have any picks happening. Keyleth, having a little bit of dance session over here. Honestly, that's a great dance. It's the Legendary skin, one of my favorite dances for Leona. Actually, just favorite skin for Leona in general. But I take Solar Eclipse because I'm basic like that. I don't know. Anyways, everyone's cleaning up and staying nice here. Resets happening left and right. Actually, both members in the top lane picked up a Balmy Cinder, and actually both junglers also picked up one as well. Ooh, Tristana taking some solid damage to get it back up before one hit away from being stuck in place. Playing it safe, it's definitely a good one. A lot of pings over the dragon right now as nobody has any vision or any idea what's going on over there. Something to recognize though is we do actually have the Ornn with a call. Something I never thought I would see, actually, as he dives in again. Look at you, Plumbear. You're somehow timing all this stuff out, but Zaga's actually diving in as well. The ulti landing on top of Plumbear. The pillar is landing in front of him as well. He's going to flash over, and he's got to keep himself safe. A good attempt from both members, but it won't find out anything. But as that's happening, we have Genocidal and the rest of his bot lane coming up there to take that first Drake. There isn't going to be any contesting for it, actually. As Zaga's looking for some solid engage here on top of the Maokai. Meanwhile, here the engage from Plumbear is definitely going to do some solid damage as the flash comes out here. They're looking for the shots, and Plumbear is unfortunately going to get away. No trade for Noircat, but they did get the first Drake of the map. The kill going over to Zog here, definitely not what you see, but we have Victim Dog coming in from the side here, looking for some solid damage on top of Plumbear. He has the flamethrower, and he launches the ulti as well. Plumbear dashing out of it, knowing what was about to happen. Good play by him. Unfortunately, this is going to leave the lane open for Jerbear to catch up and gain a lead here. Meanwhile, on the bot lane, we see some trades, some damage coming left and right, but nothing really concrete. Ezreal launching Qs left and right and actually getting some solid damage. Another thing to point out, there's that Culligan in the bot lane. Oh, Genocidal looking for the engage, but not really finding it. The ulti landing on top of him, and he's popping his. A three-man dive for Jerbear here. As Jerbear is actually going to make it out safely. one ulti being placed, but a quick switch of the ulti is going to go on top of Rumble, and Bear safe. He's able to play it off. Once again, 2 Coles on the map right now. We actually, something I didn't point out earlier, we actually have the Predator on top of the Rumble, who doesn't have boots yet, so we don't see that Predator buff happening. But it's pretty scary. Never mind, he has Merc Treads. Actually, as we're talking right now, the dive happens, the ulti right on top of Braum. He's gonna get absolutely deleted here. Keyleth trying to get Hirozaki as well. It's not gonna happen. Meanwhile, here comes Nunu. Big old snowball looking right on top here. Ooh, the just barely dodged the ulti there for inspiration. And Zaga's coming in as well. No re-engage from Keyleth though, but the slow might be enough. It's gonna force the members off, and there's no trade of kills there, unfortunately. But actually, both kills are gonna be on top of Keyleth here. Solid engage from Plumbear up in the top lane right now. Some solid damage coming on left and right. Nyar Cat is trying to... Noir Cyan. I feel like he chose that name specifically to screw me up. He's definitely trying to get some damage out, and he actually makes a pretty even trade. Rumble heading back up in the mid lane. He's going to stay there. Backs happening left and right. And we actually have the next Drake, Cloud Drake, coming up in about 2 minutes 30 seconds. So we'll be seeing that probably go for a take soon. But meanwhile, another engage happening in the top lane. Not going to mean much. Noir's actually going to get a tower shot out of it. The Rift Herald is up though, so we might see some engage for that, as Zaga and Plumbear are pretty even up there. But we have some pings coming down here. Plumbear was looking for the engage, but got caught by a ward, and Rumble's going to back out. We have a 4-man actually trying to go in on top of Victim Dog, but it looks like we're not going to get anything, as Victim is actually playing pretty safe. He's not playing like the Victim. Funny joke, I know, hilarious. But meanwhile, Leona's actually waiting on the side here. He's going to get the engage, but a quick flash is actually going to make sure he gets out of both. A quick blow for Flash is going to be pretty well here, but meanwhile, the bot lane does not have much of the way of impressive engage. Genocidal, cleaning some vision, is going to be trying to take that rift down there for that Drake coming up in about 1:30. No more Cloud Drake, but meanwhile, the quick miss of an engage happening from Plumbear is not going to mean much. But meanwhile, Zaga is too busy taking the rift to care. Nunu and Rumble waiting down there in the mid lane as they're going to come up and going to see if they can catch out Trundle. A little too late though, they're not going to find it. But meanwhile, it looks like Plumbear somehow got behind the lane. As actually, he's going to make it out just safe here. A lot of pings happening in the mid lane here as Genocidal's being caught out. The ulti coming in from Plum is going to land it right now, and Zaga's going to get a kill on top of Genocidal. A clean engage from the rest of SLU as they were able to pincer him out, as Genocidal honestly played his cards too close to his chest. We have the Drake coming up here in about 40 seconds. We're going to look at some vision here, and currently we have a lot of the vision being held by the rest of Onyx here, but meanwhile on the top lane, some solid engage happening up there. Jabber getting a few stacks for himself along for Zaga. Gonna spell it pretty well, as the rest of Inspiration and Keyleth are going to be looking for that quick clear of vision. Looking for anything after all. Meanwhile, Leona looking for that solid engage is actually going to find Genocidal chilling in the bushes there, getting the solid Q out, and no other engage as Zaga was too far off. Meanwhile, they're going to be looking on top of Victim Dog, who's going to get stunned right in the middle of the ulti there. He can't drop his. The stuns are coming out left and right. Jabber just barely flashing out of that, taking some solid damage from the tower there. He's going to be able to make it out. The stun happening on top of Keyleth. Ooh, just a whiff of the ulti there from the Ezreal. Just going to miss any of the kills. Honestly, both teams are playing it very well and very safe, but meanwhile, it looks like Onyx is going to be going straight for that Cloud Drake. This will be the second Drake on the map here, but meanwhile, we have Keyleth trying to catch it off guard and not going to get it, and there is the Infernal Soul on the map. Honestly, good for anyone here. Solid damage coming on left and right, something we always want to see. But Zaki would definitely enjoy that, as he does have a lot of abilities coming out. But actually, he might be enjoying this engage here. Snowball whiffing past, not getting enough momentum there for Nunu, unfortunately. Let's get it back off, as we actually didn't have a hard enough engage from Inspiration Keyleth. Meanwhile, we have some strong engage happening in the mid lane here as Victim Dog is going to have to back up. The Rift Herald is dropped. That might have been a lapse of judgment as that might be first tower here. Gets the charge off. There's the first tower for SLU. Going to the way of the gold of Jerbear and Zaga here. Meanwhile, we have Plumbear waiting on the wings, possibly for an engage. They don't see him. Genocidal's walking into the box. He's got the flash to get out here, but the ulti is going to pop up. The pillar's going to pop as well. The unfortunate miss of ulti there from Plumbear is not going to spell the death of Victim Dog. Ooh, strong ulti damage coming out here. Landing on top of Inspiration. He's going to have to back up. Zaki showing his merit on those ADC plays here. But merely, Chim is trying to go through. Try to get something here. Everyone's playing clean up here, and everyone's resetting for the next match. And as everyone's starting to clear up here, and the engage being pushed in the bottom lane, we're going to take a quick look across the map as we actually have some strong engage happening here. Rama is getting caught out though, as the Victor's coming through. The ulti being missed by Keyleth, who actually doesn't have any engage around him. It's gonna get shut down by Nirozaki. That's a plenty pretty of ton of gold actually going the way of the Ezreal, who's already had him farm as well. Now, as we take a quick look at the map here, we have the kill lead going to the way of SLU over on the red side here, along with the gold lead of about 2k right now, as we have the wet noodle fight in top lane. They also have first tower, but meanwhile objectives are kind of even right now. The first two trakes are going straight over to Onyx, but that Rift Herald also went over to SLU. Meanwhile, farm-wise, Onyx is holding a strong advantage in the mid and bot lane here, and actually in the jungle as well. But meanwhile, in the top lane, it's gonna be Plumbear who's holding that strong farm lead over Noir here, of almost about 30 farm here. Keep saying here. I'm so sorry about that. Oh, we up in here. Anyways. The rest of SLU is currently doing some quick cleanup right now. Genocidal getting caught off guard again by 3 of the members. Braum trying to catch up. 4 members showing up. Genocidal is going to die to the Tristana, who's back in this match. Meanwhile, Ezreal laying some solid damage onto Inspiration there. Keyleth looking a little bit scared as the TP comes in. But it's going to get cancelled out here, actually, by Noir. And Keyleth is once again going to die to the Ezreal, possibly. Yep, just one out's going to take it. Meanwhile, some trade of ultis in the top lane here as Noir is looking pretty scared. He's going to go behind and actually get the flash on top of Plumbear. Plumbear trying to flash out of that, unfortunately was not able to, caught by his own Q and the wall. A well-played fight up in the top lane there. A well-played fight down in the bot lane as we had a quick 2-for-1 across the board. That frees up some free tower damage for the side of Onyx here. Nirozaki not exactly hurting on gold hour kills either, and that's going to be the first trade towers here. As the gold is actually starting to look pretty even. We're only about a 5k gold difference here. Not 5k, oh my goodness, 500. If only it was a 5k gold difference. But meanwhile, Saga's looking after that Rift Herald again. He's taking a lump. But meanwhile, Genocide and Victim Dog know his tricks, and they're looking to tear it up. They're diving in. Victim Dog is getting pillared off by Zaga, as a lot of pings and warnings are coming out. It's gonna be a full team fight here as Jerbear gets there first to hold it off. Meanwhile, the rest of the members are too scared to actually engage on top of Zaga for some reason. The rest of the team pops through as Genocide's looking to steal. The ulti's not even going to go close to it, as it looks like Zaga's going to be picking up solo for himself. And we all saw damage coming out left and right. All members are playing it safe and trying to stay alive right now. It's currently a 1-for-1 trade as Niriozaki's actually getting another kill on top of Jerbear in the mid lane. And that's going to be a quick trade for kills. Now, let it be known, Zaga did pick up the Rift Herald, but the Drake is up and he has just come back up. So there might actually be a fight for this. Zaga holding a bounty over his head right now, 3-0 and 2, but meanwhile, Noir and Nirozaki are actually holding bounties of their own. The accidental misclick of the Braum ulti right there. He does put up the emote to let it know it's alright. It's all okay, we don't need it, and they actually might not, as Zaka's not really looking at the dive here. He's trying his best, but he's being held back by not only his own pillar, but by Victim Dog. That is 3 Drakes to 0, as they are now on Infernal Soul Point. And as we're talking before, that gold difference is actually starting to even up here, about 300 gold, 300 gold difference going in the way of Onyx here. As they are racking it up and they're looking pretty strong. They're all get it back and get some items here. The Miramana finally completed. Actually, not finally completed. Finally fully built here for Ezreal as he's looking to almost complete that up here. Meanwhile, we have the Storm Razor for Tristana actually. Looking for that slow and the damage as well. Definitely pretty strong as she's also going to be getting some crit out of that as well. The perfect Hex Core already be built by Jerbear as well, because it'd be a lot of extra damage for him, and he has some strongly upgraded abilities already. And once again, the 2 Sunfire Capes in the top lane they're both just gonna be tanky. The Cole still being there for Plum Bear might be a little difference there. Actually, he's getting chased down by Victim Dog. Everyone's playing going through right now. I'm gonna take a drink of water, my throat hurts. I don't know if any of you were in here a few days ago, we were having water wars of what's the best kind of water. There was a big old fight. Everyone agreed that Dasani sucks, which, I mean, you know, that happens. Oh, Gizmo doesn't want to talk about it. Yeah, I get that, don't worry. It happens. The ulti from Nirozaki taking out some solid wave clear here and a good chunk of health out of Jerbear. As he actually has the Triforce ready. We're looking at the death counters here, solid damage there. But actually Noir taking a few pot shots from Inspiration. The second Rift being dropped in the top lane as Shelly might not even get a charge off from that tower there. But it looks like she is. She's gonna get the charge, but nothing more, nothing less. No second tower as the rest of Onyx are coming to deal with the rest of the members here. They're not going to find any kills as SLU are going to play it safe and back up. But now the gold is virtually even right now. Infernal Drake does have about 2 minutes 30 coming back up here, so they might be looking towards that in a little bit. But currently, the Baron is sitting and waiting. So that is going to be the Baron's going to be the next target here. As it looks like Nyozaki's trying to get that mid tower, trying to get the pressure back for them. As all the top outer turrets are gone for look at our chest. Ice Mountain is the one true bottled water. Is Ice Mountain? I mean, yeah, I guess. I'm looking people are talking about it. People are having fun. Gizmo, if you're feeling good, that's always great. But meanwhile, we actually have Zaga going in, taking solid damage. The ulti from the Ornn popping on the side. Nirozaki just barely getting out of the way here, still on the side doing some solid damage. Jonas getting caught out alone once again. Here comes Victim Dog with the ulti though. Just saw popping the ulti, but getting CC'd out of it. Still doing some solid damage on the left. Keyleth is going to be diving in the backline, and once again, a little bit of judgment. He's going to fall to Nirozaki. He's back at half health. The ulti coming out here, doing some solid damage to Plum Bear. They're going to have to back up here. It's 1-0 here right now. But a lot of damage is still there. Members are trying to play it safe here, but here comes Noir Cat coming from the side of the ulti. Here comes the Snowball, looking for Plum Bear, but not going to find it in the end. Meanwhile, Tower is targeting Nirozaki. He's going to jump out of the way so he doesn't take any more damage. There goes the mid tower. And that pressure is finally even up there. But now they might want to be looking for that top tower here. Drake's coming up in under a minute right now. You know, I'm probably saying it wrong, Lucario. You're probably right on that. It's Nero and then like Yuzi, but for some reason I keep saying Zaki. Because Nirozaki, it's a name from something. I don't know what happens. Thank you, Pedals. You're correct. It does flow off the tongue. Very, very well. I'll try to say it. I'm just going to call him Nero now. I'm just going to call him Nero so I don't have to screw up on names anymore. We're not going to relive the moment where I messed up a Michigan school when I, in fact, live in Michigan. Yeah, petition. Somebody message Nero. If anyone has Nero on chat, somebody message him for a petition here. We have a fight for Dragon going on right now. The entirety of SLU is being held back right now, as Onyx are currently holding up the pit. They actually have the gold lead again as they need this last Drake for the soul. There's a Fernal. Zaga's looking from the side here, possibly trying to take it right now. The pressure's being put on. No one wants to engage yet. The ulti goes through, doing solid damage inspiration as Noircat's going through and drop his ulti as well. But Noircat's taking solid damage, has a bomb on his head. He's going to be looking at possible death. Keyleth's taking some solid damage as well. Victim Dog's backing away. The first blood is on top of Keyleth once again, going to Nero. Solid damage coming left way. Juman's going to have to back up here. Another kill going to Nero as well, as they hold the advantage right now. Oh my god, Nero's hunted down, going for a triple. Juman's gonna die to Zaga, but Nero might be looking for a quadra here as just Onyx currently away. But that's soul, baby! That is soul for Onyx, as Zaga unfortunately is gonna be forced out by Victim Dog. That Rumble does some work, man. You really don't want to face it. A little bit trades here. Both are kind of hunting. Victor Dog landing the damage right now, but Zaga is trying to fight back. Oh, but here's Noir popping up from the side, and that's the death and shutdown on Zaga. Going straight to Noir here. I can hear the screams and cry from chat right now, as Zaga is fallen. Everyone's going through here. Noircat and Victim Dog are pushing some solid damage onto the next tower, but we have Plum Bear to hold it off. And actually, the rest of SLU are running in. Stay away. Orin has the Forge Fire Cave now, as he's now level 13. Next level, we're going to see an upgrade of an item. Possibly going to be on Zaga, most likely going to be on Tristana. Everyone's going to back up and play it safe right now. Reset, as the next objective is once again Baron, as the Infernal Soul is there and waiting for Onyx. Everyone's having a great time. Everyone's resetting. Look across the board here. It looks like Onyx is going to be holding that strong gold lead of nearly 2k. Here's Nero's ulti going through, but still hitting Inspiration. He's going to have to back up. There might be a push for Baron now that the ADC is out of the way. Well, Lamar doesn't have TP, and Plum Bear does. Plum Bear's on his way back up to that Baron fight. Pardon me as I burp. Everyone's playing it safe. Nero's going to be taking that top tower with no one going to stop him. But meanwhile, in the pit right now, it looks like Genocel's going to start clearing up some vision, and they're going to go to take it. Top lane once again completely undefended, as Nero's just gonna take it alone. As Zaga and the others are trying to go through here, we have Genocidal diving the ulti from Human coming through. Unfortunately, there goes killed again, and Zaga is still being slowed. He's gonna have the possibility of plasma. Not yet. Genocidal taking some solid damage right now. Bear also taking solid damage. The Q missed there, unfortunately. The Victim Dog's in the back line. Plum Bear's looking for the ulti there, landing it on top of the members. As they're being forced away, they're forced to run back from this solid damage coming out from CGC Onyx. And that might spell out the Baron here for them. They have free reign of the pit. Genocidal's already started it up. No vision waiting for them. Solid damage coming out left and right. We have Zaga looking for the possible engage here, possibly a flash smite over the wall. But meanwhile, Noircat's actually holding him in place. Here comes Chuman diving under the wall as well. It's going to be close. It's going to be legendary, and the Baron is going to go straight to Onyx. Nero's picking up a quick double kill for himself as well. He's popping a 700 gold lead. He's showing off why he's good at so many ADCs. And that's the solid push. They have the soul, they have the Baron. There is no waiting for them. They don't need a reset. They want to finish this game and go to game 3. Solid damage on the red. Keyleth looking a little bit low. He's about to die here as the Ignite's going to chew him out. And that's going to go kill a Braum, who's going to be feeling pretty well about it. Another tower down. Going chew through. That's probably going to be an inhib here. So no one's there to guard it. It's a full 5-man. They're all looking pretty full on health too. They get the first inhib, but they're going to back up. They might be going towards the bot lane here, as the bot lane is pretty pushed up. Actually, that's exactly what Noir's looking for. Everyone's backing up, resetting right now. Noir's staying near that bottom tower. He's actually going to back instead. And everyone is going to reset. Honestly, extremely well played here by Onyx. And actually, we're looking at Rumble. Rumble has no kills, but he has 11 assists and no deaths, so he's rocking as well. Very well played by Noir, actually. Well, he's also been bait in the past. He's also been playing around as well. Definitely doing some damage. I would give a GG to Genocidal, but he killed himself, honestly, 3 times. That's a sad thing to say, but he killed himself 3 times. Meanwhile, we're also going to give a strong old GG over to Nero, who I keep messing up his name, but change your name to Nerozaki and we'll talk. But no, he's been doing some solid damage. He's absolutely masterful with all these ADCs he gets to play. As he actually has no real main. He's honestly just plays a lot of the good attack speed and mobility characters. The ulti coming through, doing some solid damage to the wave and to the members, as Nero's going to be almost completely uncontested alone and taking this tower. So the rest of the members are trying to push pressure up to the next layer. SLU is trying to hold it off here. We have Plumber off on the side here, looking for possibly side engage, but we have Genocidal and Chim waiting on the side here. Or Chim, I'm just going to say Chim. Anyways, we have the engage on the tower. A lot of engages happening here. Keyleth getting the ulti, and the ulti happening in the backline, but not hitting enough. Keyleth's going to fall in the end. A lot of damage coming out back and forth. A double kill here, and that's going to be another kill as well. Another double kill for Nero here. That is going to be another tower. That's going to be the ace. They're just going to shove it through, and that just might be the game. We have a timer at 30 seconds. Actually, with Keyleth coming up in about 15, they might actually get it. There goes the first tower. There goes the second tower. That's going to be a game 3, and we're going to start playing those silver scrapes. Onyx is back in this match as they're going to take game 2. Honestly, well played by both teams here, but honestly, Genocidal picked up that Nunu and played it extremely well. And after that match has been ended, we're going to look at those damage charts real quick here. Going to be looking it through, as you guys will see them in just a couple seconds here. But anyways, as we are waiting for that going through, we might actually have a little bit of a cloud. Okay, never mind. We're fixed. We're good. Everyone's fine and fantastic. We're going to be looking at those damage charts. You guys can't see them yet, but I'm going to spoil them for you. We have the Ezreal at 34,000 damage here, taking up the top of the charts once again. We actually have the Victor of Jerbear popping up in the middle here with 24,000. And then another follow-up of another mid-layer Victim Dog playing that Rumble with 18,000. Once again, solid damage across both boards. Everyone playing extremely well. And honestly, I'm excited to see Game 3. I wanted that Silver Scrapes, and we're going to get that Silver Scrapes going on here. Masterfully played. I would give that MVP to the Ezreal for doing the solid damage and dancing around left and right. I would also give a strong component to the Maokai top of Noir here, who did a lot of damage popping in the backline and going through. Anyways, with that, we're going to be going to a short break here in just a couple seconds. And we're going to go to a short break, and we're going to start prepping up Game 3 of this best of 3 for the finals for the Illinois Division A. Who's going to take it, CGC Onyx or SLU Esports? Maestro, boot up those Silver Scrapes. We woo woo. We woo woo. Welcome back, everyone, to the final match here of a best of 3 for the finals for the Illinois Division A. We have over on the blue side, we got SLU Esports, and over on the red side, we got CGC Onyx. In the first match, SLU showed mastery with their jungler, taking that first match. In the second match, though, we had some great playing from team fights coming out here from Onyx. But now, we're at the final game. I'm excited. I have no idea who's going to win. Both these teams are showing absolute mastery. Of course, Onyx does have a favorite in the form of Zaga. But we're going to see what happens. We're going to start off with the bans here. We have the first Ezreal ban after the last match. Totally understandable why you don't want to see that. We have the Syndra ban once again coming out here from Onyx. We have the Rumble ban actually coming out here as well from SLU, as Dog did that earlier. He wanted me to call him Dog instead of Victim Dog. Totally understandable. Dog is a great name. And we have the Olaf ban coming out against the Zaga. We saw that the first match, and it was absolutely terrifying. And so they definitely will want to see them again. As everything goes on here, we have one more ban coming out here from SLU Esports. And that's going to be in the form of the set. Definitely don't want to see that set up in the top lane again. He does some serious damage. And that's totally understandable in the end. One final ban coming out here from Onyx. We're going to see who it is. Maybe another jungle ban. Or possibly another mid lane ban. As Jerbear has did extremely well in the first match here. But it's going to be the jungle ban. It's going to be the new ban. Unfortunately, a lot of the Onyx is very upset about no more Nuno. But we have the hover of the Quinn pick. Ooh, an interesting one here up from Plum Bear up in the top lane. Something we don't exactly see too often. Couple seconds left to see if that's gonna get fully locked in. Quinn's a very interesting first pick, but instead it's actually gonna be the Heimerdinger. Ooh, very interesting pick there. Might go in the top lane, might go in the mid lane, but Heimerdinger is really well known for placing down turrets and being absolutely annoying if you're trying to lane against him. It's gonna be a very interesting matchup right there. That's a very interesting pick. We have about 8 seconds here for whatever we have coming out for New Arcad, possibly in the top lane here. We are waiting. We got 1 second, 0 seconds, and the final pick is gonna be the Maokai. Whew. Running down the timer there, Noir. Jeez. Scary me in case we had to restart. Don't want to have that happen again. But we have Genocidal hovering the Lee Sin. Lee Sin we have not seen played here just yet. Instead, it looks like it's gonna be Kazakh Zax. You're playing me for a loop here, Jenna. What are you doing here? What we got going on? Take a nice little swig of water so I don't kill myself from my own voice. But we have Zach being played by Genocidal here. Very interesting pick. We did not see him last time. We saw him hovered last time as well. Zach, a great mobile character. He's definitely good for starting up team fights and definitely good for ganking lanes early as well. But meanwhile, we have the pick coming out from Zaga. We're going to see who he might be playing here in just a couple seconds. As we are going to be going through 3, 2, and it's the Ornn pick. Interesting arm pick. Might be going top lane. It might be being switched up to Plum Bear up there. What that means, who's gonna be in the jungle? Ooh. Ornn can be played in the jungle to some degree of success. Though the Ornn is a great pick to have nonetheless, especially for his ulti and just for his passive in general. Being able to upgrade items is extremely useful. And honestly, just having a wall of meat's a great thing to do as well. Oh, and the sudden pick of Blitzcrank. Look at me rambling on, but we have Blitzcrank going to Keyleth here, something we have not seen played in a while. Blitzcrank, just honestly terrifying for people like me who main Soraka. I don't like Blitzcrank. He scares me. But we have the Brown pick going in for, I'm assuming that's Shimmy. I could be wrong. I'm just gonna say Chim still. The Brown going down for Onyx here. Pretty good counter here as he can block a lot of damage with his shield. I don't know how it will work against the Q though. We'll see in the end. But definitely, Braum is a very necessary pick here to go against that Ornn ulti. We have the Trundle ban as we have no jungler, really definitive jungler picked out here for Zaga. But the Silas ban is going to happen again against Dog, because they do not want to see that come out again, as Silas is extremely strong for being able to, take ultimates and whatnot. We got a lot of interesting things here. A lot of people want to see the Morgana, and somebody wants to see Blitzcrank jungle. Please, for the love of God, no. It could work, but no. J4 is going to get banned out here by Onyx, and that's not going to happen anymore. And then we have one last ban coming out here from SLU Esports. It's most likely going to be against the ADC, possibly the mid laner as well, but there's a good chunk of the mid lane picks that we've seen in the past gone. So they're going to be looking possibly for that ADC here. And there it is, the Kaisa. Nero having that strong, a very strong time playing all the mobile ADCs. So we've seen him playing a lot of the attack speed based ones as well. As we have a couple seconds left, we might see who the ADC is going to be during this match. We have no idea. As I get really quiet and really close to my microphone, you guys can hear me as if this is ASMR. I'm not going to do that again. Hopefully ever. Oh, and we have the MF actually coming out here for Nero. It's definitely going to be an interesting one. The Braum Misfortune lineup is definitely good, especially with Misfortune's ultimate. We have a lot of good ultis actually coming out here for Onyx. It's an extremely strong ulti lineup, a lot of group ultis, a lot of knockups, and a ton of CC. Misfortune's could definitely run it out as far for the AUD here, as we do have a lot of magic damage. The Yasuo pick here is gonna possibly go into the bot lane against Misfortune, or might just end up in the mid lane with Plumbear actually taking that Heimerdinger top. But there's the hover of the Kayn. I don't know why I did it like that, but Kayn, definitely an interesting pick here. Would definitely fit Zaga's description, but and it looks like it's actually going to go through here. Very interesting pick here. We have not seen Zaga play it just yet, but they do have a lineup of beef and some solid magic damage and AD. A very interesting comp over on the side of SLU, but it could definitely work here. And then we have one final pick here of the mid laner. That's most likely going to be a Heimerdinger mid. We're going to see here the hover of the Crocodile Dundee, and it's going to be the pick of Renekton, the mid lane. Terrifying, absolutely terrifying. Actually might be switched up at the top lane for Noir, but Noir's been playing a lot of tanky characters up in the top lane. Staying safe and playing it good. Actually, in the bot lane, some swaps here. Yasuo's gonna be playing the mid lane here, and it looks like Gilles is hovering Heimerdinger, and the inspirations. Okay, there's a switch. Heimerdinger and Blitzcrank in the bot lane. Not gonna be exactly fun for either Misfortune or Braum. Yasuo going to mid lane against that Renekton with the Ornn top against the Maokai and the Kayn against Zac. Very interesting comps here. We have, once again, a huge team fighting comp over on the side of Onyx. A lot of stuff that we've seen before. And like, once again, a lot of pick comps coming out here from the side of SLU. Going to be definitely interesting of who gets the head start first. But with just a couple seconds left to spare in this best of 3 match, who's going to take it? SLU Esports or CGC Onyx? We will see in just a couple minutes here as we're going to go down to the Rift after this short break. And welcome back, GG Leagues fans, to this finals match for the Illinois Division A Championships. As we're going in, we have SLU Esports all the way over there on the blue side, and on the red side we have CGC Onyx. And as we're going to be diving in here, looks like we're going to start on a 5-point start. And this is going to be one heck of a match. Definitely exciting here. All the members are going extremely strong. This mid lane looks very interesting as well, as this Yasuo might have a little bit of trouble up against that Renekton. Meanwhile, across the board, some very interesting picks on the left. Bot lane's going to be a little bit annoying for this MF, but honestly, I don't see anyone doing it better. Miss Fortune does have her double shot of her Q, so she'll be able to bounce it off onto top of turrets, or just, you know, off a turret onto Heimerdinger and just implosions. It's going to be a very interesting bot lane happening down there. Meanwhile, top lane, we have the once again common occurrence of two Grasp users, Plumber on Orin and Noir on Maokai. Noir actually doing amazingly well last game. Definitely popping up behind and working out some solid damage. Meanwhile, here everyone's trying to set up for everyone's setting up for their buffs. And it looks like Kane's gonna start up chickens, and here comes Maokai. Kind of just looking at Zach, honestly. But Zach doesn't really need much help, as he does have the extra health. Meanwhile, a little bit of engage already starts down here, as Inspiration and Keel actually tried to go towards the buff to see if anyone's there. No wards are placed, but it was figured out. Meanwhile, Dog is up there messing around with Jerbear, doing some solid damage. But meanwhile, Jerbear is doing some solid damage back. Top lanes was again a big old wet noodle fight. And we're gonna see how this goes on here. And there's the Heimerdinger annoying, as the towers are placed down. Well, the towers are the wonderful guys are placed down there. Turrets. I keep saying the wrong thing. They're not towers, the turrets. As the turrets are placed down there, you actually put up kind of a wall of where you want the farm to stop. So there will be constant pressure down there in the bot lane. But then again, there won't be any freezing either with those turrets. So backing might be a little bit not in SLU's plan here. I don't know why I'm going so slow today, guys. Had all this energy. I'm super pumped. I want to see this. Here we go. Anyways, everything happening up there. Looks like Dog's going to be putting some pressure on top of Jerbear in the mid lane, as he is holding a little bit of a farm advantage right now, and honestly forcing him right up against the tower. But here comes Jerbear diving in. We're not getting much. A nice quick clear of turrets there from Nero, using a double shot to actually take out both. As the match continues, this is just kind of be where it is. Strong pressure, though. Nero is doing a very great job at trying to keep the pressure on down there. Whew. Meanwhile, 3 members went up to that rift in the top lane to make sure that Saga got it. And he did. He's going to be backing up. But meanwhile, we have a bit of a strong engage in the mid lane here. Dog's going to be diving on top of Jerbear and knocking him down straight to half health. Meanwhile, Genocide is going to be taking down that rift, that scuttle in the bot lane as well. We're back with the wet noodle fight, and there we go. A little bit of a wet noodle fight happening up there in the top lane. Nothing really interesting going on. Q's launching left and right, but meanwhile, it looks like Genocidal might be looking for an engage on top of that Yasuo, waiting in the chicken den. I missed Q down there in the bot lane is not going to spell anyone's death just yet, as the members are playing pretty safe actually behind minions. But here's Braum just kind of shooting Qs left and right, doing some solid damage on the last. Quick back from Genocide up in the mid lane as there's some tensions rising up there. It's 5 minutes. We don't have a first blood yet. Quite unusual. Everyone's backing up and playing safe. And everyone is just going to... Both junglers are going to just go their separate ways. Meanwhile, on the top lane here, Plumbear is facing a little bit of trouble as Noir actually has a huge wave on top of him. Despite being ahead of far, Plumbear taking some solid damage, but doing some solid damage back. Noir having a huge lane pushed up is going to back safely. That Q just going right between Jim and Nero there. Both members can play it safe. And everyone's going to back up. Honestly, bot lane's just going to continue like this until either Keyleth lands a Q or Nero hits 6, in which there's no one going to be safe in that bot lane. Just to be truthfully honest. While Inspiration's Q does do a lot of damage and allows for one upgraded perk, especially with that E, doing some solid damage. Nero's has a lot more damage with 2 major ultis down there in the bot lane. It's going to be looking pretty dire there. Meanwhile, as nothing's really going on right now, we're going to take a quick look across the board. We have the Mountain Drake up, waiting, and ready. We're looking across farm here. It looks like Onyx is going to be holding a lead in the bot lane and the mid lane here. Jungle's going even, but on the top lane, Noir is really far behind Plumbear, which is honestly to be expected. Orin does have a pretty nice clear right now, and also has a Cole as he was expecting to have a clear just to be safe. Members are backing up, getting prepared. First jungle item fully built here for Zaga, as it looks like he might be looking up for the red smite here, actually for the blue smite here. Meanwhile, everyone's playing safe. We're going to keep it on the spot lane though, as once again, all Keyleth needs is a solid Q hook, and that's going to be that. Once again, a near miss, as he definitely tries, but not a single Q has landed just of yet. Meanwhile, Dog is doing some quick clearing alone in the mid lane, as we actually have some possible engage happening here in the pit. Meanwhile, in the top lane though, solid damage from Plumbear onto Noir. As Noir's diving in, doing some rooting, and getting his own stack. The pressure is being placed down there in the bot lane. Here's Zaga going on top of Genocidal. The smite for the scuttle there is going to be happening. But no strong engage is going to be happening. 4 members are all down. Mid lane's coming down as well to possibly help. Ooh, but Nero's going to be taking some solid damage there from Inspiration. But Inspiration's looking low on mana, so he might not have a lot left. Dog doing some solid damage of his own on top of there. But meanwhile, Genocidal's chasing down Zaga. And actually not going to be getting that red buff, but doing enough damage to Zaga by himself. Meanwhile, he's behind enemy lines right now, but he's going to get out safe for he is Zac. He can launch himself right over. We're calling him Nerozaki now. Is that what we're doing? Astro, is that what we're doing now? We're calling him Nerozaki, even though it's in... I'm down for that. I'm down for that. I might just start calling it off once again. And Lucario, you are right. It does give off. Each tower does give 5 gold, which is honestly pretty great. Especially because of how useful they are. As we're winning here, this is probably the longest we've gone without a first blood just yet. But meanwhile, up in the top lane here, Plumbear actually doing some solid damage. The tower getting a stack off for himself, as he's just barely getting out of the way of turret. But meanwhile, in the middle lane, speaking of engages, we have Genocidal doing some solid damage on top of Jerbear. The flash coming out there as well, but Zaga is nearby. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have some engages happening up there. Up, and a missed Q right on top of a minion. Good job. Actually, Nero and Jin are actually looking pretty good down there in the bot lane. Once again, no first blood coming out of that engaged top lane, as we did dart all the way up the top lane because Zaga was there and no one wanted to full engage with the chance of death on as a possibility. I'm going to eat a peanut butter pretzel here as we wait. I'm going to do this real quickly. But meanwhile, actually, we have a bit of an engage happening from the mid lane up towards Zaga. Zaga's going to run away into the lock over there. He's got to stay safe and spread it back. And so is mid lane. This is a quiet game. Knock on wood. This is a quiet game. Meanwhile, Zaga's actually looking for an engage here. Here comes the ulti out from Plumbear on top of Noir Cat. Noir trying to use his ulti to stay safe. But first blood is going to go to Zaga up there in the top lane. He is struck. First blood goes straight to Zaga. Just as I said, nothing was happening. He did something while I was eating a peanut butter pretzel. How dare you, Zaga? I was enjoying that pretzel. Meanwhile, Plumbear pushing his advantage in that top lane up by over 20 farm right now. And actually getting 2 stacks as well. And Jabber actually pushing his advantage to almost getting his second... Not Jabber, oh my goodness. Sorry, Dog. Pushing his advantage down there in the mid lane. Almost getting his second stack as well. But here's Genocidal. waiting in the wings, looking for a possible engage on top of Inspiration here, and Keyleth. The engage happens, solid damage, there's the MF fault! Oh, as Heimerdinger barely gets out here. Meanwhile, Braum taking solid damage from the tower on top of Keyleth. Genesettle also taking a lot of tower shots here. So he's gonna make it out just okay. A good engage there from Genesettle, getting a double kill over here to the rest of the lane. One for yourself and one for the ADC. As they get 2 more stacks here, the glitch there, so we go straight up to the mid lane. As we had a little bit of an engage there happening from Jabbear, forcing Dog off the lane. Once again, here's Zaga lining up the lane. Noircat not able to get out here as he's taking solid damage, though he is going to be able to get under tower, getting some health back real quick. He's going to play self, actually doing some solid damage to Zaga. Meanwhile, in the mid lane here, both ultis popping off here. Dog having to run back his solid damage happens. Meanwhile, Keyleth is trying to run through, trying to get possibly that Q off. Dog is just barely able to get out with the health he has left. A good engagement by both. Meanwhile, don't look now, but down there in the bot lane, Zach is taking that dragon solo with possibly Heimer to hold it off, but not long enough. There he goes, off as he got the dragon. He got what he wanted, and that's all he needed. Top lane being pushed in once again as all the members are starting to round up here. Heimerdinger is left alone actually without a support though. And they know that as they're going to start going in. The first Q lands, but the stun is there too. Nero does not have Q up, so they're going to have to back off of that as they got another turret for the troubles. But here's Blitzcrank back and ready to fight. Everyone's playing safe here and getting ready. Mid lane here, we have Genocidal looking for a possible engage, but Yasuo is actually going to the top lane here to do some of that. The ulti comes out along with the Rift, the ulti coming out from Noir as well to try to hold them back. But he's going to get the dodge here as here comes Jabbear doing some solid damage as well. Zaga just able to get away, and same with Jabbear as the first tower is going to go with that Rift. Bunch of people getting gold. And once again, Zaga picking up the next kill. And Shelly's actually going to get a second charge here, as all the members up there are trying to stay safe. Meanwhile, Kill is trying to look for something. He's going to get stuck instead. Both ultis going to hit and miss. And that's still alive. Killeth with 2 ultis down, but they are on relatively short cooldowns, so they'll be fine. Zaga is going to be taking over the Krugs there, as the Ornn is going to be pushing his advantage up there in the top lane. Everyone's going to play it safe though. No one's going to really do anything just yet. Some pings here happening left and right, a possible invade, but nothing happening yet. Meanwhile, mid lane, we do have a bit of an invade happening up there. Of 2-mans diving in, Genocidal's laying on top of Jabbear. Jabbear taking some solid health, but here comes the TP coming in from Ornn. Ornn hitting Genocidal right on top. The ulti from Genocidal trying to stay alive. The flash is going to get him safe as well. Dog is going to be chasing though. The channel coming out, Jabbear getting hit on top of by the Zac. And Zac is going to get killed, but meanwhile Noir teleported in, trying to do some damage and help as well. Nothing's happening there. Here comes Braum though, diving in. MF is up as well. Solid damage as Keyleth is going to fall to MF. Getting a 2-0 for the ADC. Everyone's backing up and playing safe here in the match. A good, save there from the rest of Onyx coming in, doing some solid damage here. Meanwhile, resets happening across the board here. And as resets are happening, we do have the next Drake coming up here, being an Ocean Drake coming up in about 2 minutes. With the first tower still being over on the side of SLU, we're going to be looking at we'll be taking a quick look across the map right now. Currently have 4-2, 2 kills going up to the side of Onyx, along with that gold lead, about 1,000 gold, a little bit under here. They also have the first dragon, but SLU did manage to get the first tower. Looking at farm-wise, Ornn's holding a strong lead over the Maokai, but nearly across the board, Onyx is going to be holding that farm difference, but Genocidal's actually going to get picked off by the Q here, and the ulti's going to shut him down. Another shutdown going straight to Zaga, who's rocking a 3-0. Looks like Zaga's out here working on his KDA, and so the rest of the members are coming through, but it looks like Nero and Braum are going to be playing it safe. The Q just barely missing there, and there's no more kills for the rest of SLU. Backups happening left around. Drake has about a minute coming up though, and Zaga does have the pressure to take it. As Genocide will be down for a couple seconds, he won't be able to get anything down. But the ulti coming out from MF though is going to clear up the wave and actually do some solid damage to Inspiration, who's going to have to back up in order to play it safe. Meanwhile, Zaga is there getting the double knockup, doing some solid damage, smiting on top of Nero. Nero's going to get hooked though, and Inspiration is going to have to Zhonya's. But meanwhile, Nero's going to get ulted by Zaga, as Zaga's going to get caught off by Dog here, who came in. And that's going to be a shutdown going straight to Nero as well. Well played by Dog for the TP and ulting as soon as he knew that Kane ulti was going to shut off. And that's actually going to be another tower going. That's actually going to be the first tower, pardon me, going straight to Onyx here. Well played all around, and Nero is looking stronger than ever. Zach's going to be holding off the mid lane as Dog went down there to help out his teammate. Wards are going to get cleared as the Drake has only a couple seconds left to be popping up here. Members are going to back off as everyone is prepping and pinging and getting ready. Meanwhile, Keyleth has the Q in tow and being ready as Jabber is also going to be popped up. Genocidal and Dog are going to be pulling out that Drake right now, so there is no possible chance of any Qs happening here. We have the wraparound as engages are going to start, but not fast enough as Onyx just completely tear through that second Drake. And once again, as part of this finals, we have a Cloud Soul popping up. Solid damage happening left and right. So Onyx are absolutely taking this map and this game at 16 minutes, almost 17 right now. Should take a little bit of damage there, but he's playing Braum, he should be fine. No need to worry at all. Everyone's backing up. Pings happening left and right. As the next target for this bot lane is actually going to be mid. Plumbear missing the engage but getting the ulti. It's not going to mean much though, as it's kind of wasted. As Genocidal pops in as well. The wind wall is going to save Plumbear's life, but Dog is being caught off guard. But here's MF on the side, letting an ulti, turning this fight around. Jabber is going to get picked off by Dog as the rest of the members diving in. Plumbear looking really low. It's going to have to back up. The Blitzcrank ulti is going to be taken down. Maokai is going to be getting a kill. Zach's going to be getting another, and that's another tower as well. That's 3-0 here for Onyx. Absolutely popping off this match. And that's actually a free Rift Herald for once. For once, Onyx is going to be getting a Rift for their own, as Zaga was not going to be taking that back. Second tower is actually going down in the main lane here as well. And so that is going to be 3 towers to the side of Onyx at 18 minutes here. And soon to be a Rift Herald as well. Yeah. Noir's popping up, possibly to help out. And there goes Rift Herald. Most likely going to be used on the top lane up here for the extra pressure, as Baron has about a minute 40 coming up here. But meanwhile, that first Cloud Drake has about 3 minutes till it pops up. Everyone's resetting, everyone's prepping for the next fight to happen. Everyone's sitting and waiting as this next fight starts. A few extra kills actually were picked up here by Onyx. Looking pretty mighty fine with their gold lead, but we're not going to count out SLU Esports just yet. They proved themselves in the first game with some solid damage. And actually here comes Keyleth looking for that hook on Nero, but just gonna barely miss it. The slowdown on Keyleth as well, with the double up doing some solid damage as well. Window's gonna pop up to make sure nothing else happens, but we know Noir is gonna pull Plumbear under tower, but not gonna get any tower shots off. It's currently a 2v4 actually down here in the mid lane, as Shuman's actually gonna take some solid damage, but here comes Genocidal, looking as big as ever. Gotta just hop over that wall real quick, take out that turret. No need to worry about him. Meanwhile, Dog is looking on the side here, possibly for an engage. Zaga getting jumped on top of by Genocidal as he dove a little too deep. 2 smites popping out as the ulti's popping out as well from MF. Dog is diving in the back lane there, getting a kill, getting a double kill. Straight for him of the bot lane, Bubba SLU's bot lane. Here's the Rift Herald being dropped actually in the bot lane this time, getting some more pressure down there. And it's close enough that it's going to get its charge off immediately despite any wave differences. Shelly gets the charge. Genocidal's diving in the back lines. Jerbear is the only one left. Is fine. Nero's taking some solid damage left and right, but the stun is going to catch Jerbear off guard. He's going to pop the ulti a little bit late, but that's just a kill for Nero. He's on a rampage. I'm never going to do that again. That actually hurt my throat a lot. Shelly gets another charge off here. And of course, it's going to fall down here as Plumbear is actually going to pop up. There's going to be a fight here. The TP is coming in from... You know, it's going to be popping up here. Everyone's diving in. The ulti pops as well. Solid damage left and right as Nero's going to get a kill. He's unstoppable. Another kill on top of the Orin here. But unfortunately, Zaga's going to pop up here and do a double kill and take some solid damage. But Nero's going to get a triple kill and take down Zaga. Blitzcrank is kind of caught off guard, standing in the back line there, taking the waves. But they don't need the waves. They have 1 minion to hold it off, and they're going to play it just safe right now. And that's the first inhib destroyed at 20 minutes. Probably the fastest inhib we've seen during these games. Jerbear's right on Noir's tail, but Noir's not scared because there's Nero. Everyone's playing safe. A lot of Zaga fans out there, and people are worried, but we also have some Zagas overhyped. Yeah. People are enjoying Zaga. And I'm enjoying Zaga too. Keyleth is just kind of running through towers and getting executed by a tower. Interesting play. But I guess it's quicker than backing. It's not. It's actually a lot longer than backing. Don't listen to what I'm saying. Meanwhile, that Drake's actually coming up right about now, and Braum is the first one there to start taking picks. Meanwhile, the rest of the members are starting to line up here as they're following Genocidal to look over there. Saga is showing up right now as the first jungler to show up, getting a knock up, but not much else. Meanwhile, Nero is actually going to be doing some solid damage on top of that Drake itself. Saga's going to pop it around looking for that smite, but unfortunately he's not going to get it. And there is another Drake straight for Genocidal. He's going to be diving in the backline. Saga's getting caught off guard here by almost all of the members of Onyx here as we dive in the top lane and see a little bit of a skirmish happening up there. Genocidal's going to pick up that kill on Zaga, as Victim's going to be facing Plumbear on the top lane, trying to get that top tower down. The pings are happening towards the Baron. That's a jungler is down, and there's no pressure on it right now. We have Noir winning in the backline there, trying to keep the pressure on as we're watching top lane, as Plumbear is probably the closest one to try and handle this. Meanwhile, diving back here to the Baron, members are taking shots off. It's 4,000, it's 3,000. No one's really in place to steal it. All of them are too far away. That's going to be a Baron going straight over to CGC Onyx. They were on Soul Point, and they got Baron a little bit earlier than last time. Plumbear flashing out of the way to not take any solid damage. Q's landing as well as Victim is actually, Dog is taking solid damage here from the tower. But unfortunately, Nero's actually going to get the kill here, making them absolutely legendary at 8-0-7. Who is this, Sven? Sven, are you smurfing? And as we're looking at the map here, we have the channel coming out here from Zach, looking for anyone, but not finding it. While all the members are propping up, as Dog is going to be backing off to get some items. He has the Death Dance now, and he has the Black Cleaver as well. Zach is waiting in the back wings right now, getting the lane on top of Zaga here, pulling them as well. The ultis are popping out left and right here, as unfortunately the MF ulti is not going to do too much damage. We have the back line of Jerbear diving through. Jerbear gets the shutdown on Nero, 1,000 gold in his pocket, but he's going to get shut down himself by Dog, who's just popped back in. Unfortunately, it looks like Onyx is bit off more than they could chew. Actually, no, it's a quick turnaround. Never mind. Solid damage coming left, right, kills happening, whatnot, as unfortunately Dog is going to go down. But that's a 3 for 2, and that's going to be a win in Onyx's book. They still have Baron procs, and they still have one Drake away from Soul. So is Onyx going to need a miracle as we're taking a quick look across the map as we are resetting here. We got about 19-7 in the favor of Onyx. Nearly a 10k gold lead, probably around 8k right now. 6 towers to 1 for Onyx. And 3 bounties over their heads, holding the strong farm lead, except for in the top lane. Holding a strong farm lead here. It's honestly going to take a miracle for SLU to come back here. They could steal that last Drake to hold back the Soul, but are they willing to risk the bodies? They need to find a pick, most likely to take out the MF first. Nero is alone though. Actually holding off on the top there, getting some extra farm. Noir is nearby. and the rest of SLU knows it. They want it, but they're not going to get it, unfortunately. Everyone's backing up and resetting here. We have about a minute 50 left until that Cloud Drake shows up. Oh, but Miracle is just running in there as Genocidal's getting caught out alone. Unfortunately, the rest of members of Onyx are able to help him, but oh, the flash to hopefully get out, popping the ulti to stay alive, but unfortunately he's not going to get it. Actually getting ulti popped by Zaga here. And so another towers could go in the top lane. Noir's getting chewed out, and it's going to pop his ulti as well. The ulti from the Oran Horn is going to get called, and it's not going to hit anyone. They got 2, and they're happy. They got some extra bounties. Zaga catching actually both of those kills there, giving himself some extra bounty gold on his head. But meanwhile, it looks like the super minions are taking the base. They took down 1 tower, and they're going to keep going through. As the rest of the members of Onyx notice that, they're going to back up and start prepping up for that Drake coming up in under a minute here. Waves are crashing in on the base as the super minions are gone, as the inhib is back up. They have the pressure. All of the outer towers are gone. 1 inhib is completely exposed. It's honestly, it's looking like a death sentence for SLU, but we saw them play amazingly in the first match. That second fight actually did really well. They got the picks. It's like they're listening to me. They got the picks they needed and did some solid damage, but not on the MF. The MF is doing a lot of damage here, and Genocidal does tend to get caught up, so they can definitely go for him. Drake is coming up in under 20 seconds here. Got a few members of... Oh, we got a few members waiting, but meanwhile, Blitzcrank will get the hook, but there's not enough members to hold it off for Genocidal. Here comes Dog getting blasted over the wall with Keyleth, actually, and Jared Bear is going to be taking solid damage hopping over the wall as well. The chase is on, as SLU's getting run out of the base here. Here comes Zach, though, diving into the wall, catching Jared Bear in the air. Jared Bear's got the flash away to get off. Genocidal's popping his ulti, and is actually going to be taking down from Noir. He's going to take down Inspiration. Meanwhile, Plumbear's just kind of caught up alone, and that's another kill from Nero here. They don't need that Drake. They're going to keep pushing in. That inhib is completely open, and they have an extra wave on their hands, but no more Baron. They're going to keep shoving in here. They have the wave, and they're going to push their luck as well. The rest of the members are popping up, but that's 3 versus 5. The last minute dive is going to happen. Zaga's going right in on Nero while the other members focus on another one. Zaga's taking some solid damage as Neo's actually staying safe and gonna kill Zaga instead. It's currently 2-5. Solid damage. Keela trying to dive in the backline, trying to do damage. A double kill for Nero. 1 more kill. Jared Bear's the only one left. Both towers are down. It's looking like a title here for CGC Onyx. Actually, a bit of a KDA path there, as there goes Jared Bear, and there is your champions. Everybody look alive. Your Division A champions will be CGC Onyx. A well-played match by both members, and we've seen this reverse title happen before. As SLU took the first game, but CGC Onyx saw through their ruse and decided to take the second one in the end. I'm going to be looking at these damage charts here, as you guys will see them in just a couple minutes. But we're going to be looking all the way at MF holding the most damage and holding the consecutive most damage across the game here at 27,000 damage. Meanwhile, it's very close ties across the board here, but we actually have Zaga picking up second place here with 17,836. And then for the final one, we have our wonderful Dog picking up the 17,436 actually in third place. Once again, congratulations to both teams. This was an amazing match to watch and solo commentate with you guys. You guys are a great audience, and I love hanging out with you. But it's about time we issue the MVP award here. So now, while looking at here, the MVP will have to be going straight over to that MF, who did solid damage across the board and did amazingly well. But once again, the honorable opponent will go to Zaga, who honestly did a lot of damage for his team and was across the map taking that. Just taking objectives, doing well, doing extremely well. Once again, that's a GG to both teams here, and congratulations to CGC Onyx for taking the title and being crowned the Illinois Division A finalists and champions. And congratulations to both teams, and great match to see with you guys here. It's a wonderful time to be alive and play some League of Legends. But with that, that's going to be the end of our stream here. If you guys enjoyed that, make sure you turn in for some more coming up here just shortly. Actually, on the 25th here, we'll be having some more matches. I will be back here on this Twitch channel with the Nautical, and we'll be casting their a bit earlier in the day, actually, at 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. And then later in the day from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. at your normal time, you're going to have your casters of Zeko and Dave, some great guys, and we love seeing them happening. Anyways, if you guys want to join up on the fun for next season, hear me scream your name once you get the next pentakill, and just honorably have a great time, go to gg.leagues.com to see if you have a league in your area. And if you want to catch up on any of the information we have coming up around from any of our social media, go to @GGLeagues for any social media spot, and you'll see what's going to be happening next. Anyways, once again, my name is Mercenary. This has been a great time with you guys. I've been loving watching these games, and I hope you guys had a great night. And finally, once again, congratulations to your champions, CGC Onyx. Have a great night.